From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped. Justin Kauflin in concert. October 22, 2014. Karen Kenninger, Director, National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped.
This concert is being sponsored by the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped, the music section, which has been in operation now for some 50 years and a couple more. So I want to welcome all of you, and particularly some of our distinguished guests from some of our German and Swiss and Spanish friends, as well as everyone else. I also want to say a public thank you to Dr. Billington and all those who support the National Library Service for the Blind and the music section in the Library of Congress and outside of the Library of Congress. The music section of the Library of Congress's National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped, which is a very long name, is the largest collection of Braille music in the world. And the Braille music that we provide is for all students of all levels, all ages. We also have some large print music, and we have music appreciation materials. The goal there is to give blind people and the opportunity to read music in the same way that sighted people do. Well, not the same way, because really it doesn't have any lines and it doesn't have any little flags and those sort of things. It's all linear, but it does do the same exact thing that print music does. It displays in a way that you can learn to understand every nuance of the music. And what better way is there to celebrate 52 years of service through the National Library Service music section than by featuring an outstanding young jazz pianist who has used NLS music since he was a child. Justin Kauflin started music lessons at the age of 4. He started on the violin, and then he switched to the piano. He's been blind since he was 11, and has used Braille music as he studied piano. He started out with classical music, but he said in an interview with Catherine Shattuck of the New York Times, "I fell in love pretty quickly with what I discovered about jazz, which was the incredible freedom of expression. You spend a lot of time learning theory and in mechanics." Wait a minute, turn the page. And the mechanics in classical music, and you aren't really able to apply it as well. But in jazz, you can take that knowledge and actually use it any way you want. Justin won a scholarship to William Paterson University, where he studied jazz, and he met many jazz greats, including Clark Terry, who he became his protege. Clark Terry is a Grammy Award winner of the Lifetime Achievement in Jazz. So as you can see, this was a very big name. They did a documentary which was aired this spring called Keep On Keepin' On, which some of you may have seen, talking about the relationship between Clark Terry, who is in his 90s, and Justin, who is in his 20s. Justin graduated with honors and continued his musical career. He recorded his first album in 2010 called Introducing Justin Kauflin. It was said about that when he put this together, that he immediately established himself as a stellar jazz player, composer, leader, and producer. Justin also, it is said, has a touch and imagination that are eminently appealing. He was a semifinalist in the Montreux and Thelonious Monk International Jazz Piano Competition, in which it was noted that among the others, Justin's soloing had more shape, more heft, and more narrative rigor than most of his peers. In 2013, Justin toured with Quincy Jones around the world, playing in places like Japan and Korea, Switzerland, and now he's working on his second album. Please help me welcome Justin Kauflin.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here at the Library of Congress here in the Coolidge Auditorium. Like she mentioned, I've been using the NLS service for quite some time, and it's been so integral in my development as a musician. When John Hanson had asked me about doing this, I was really just thrilled at the prospect of being able to be here and share music with you guys, and to be able to say thank you so much for the tremendous service that you provide, and the music, and just the access to all of this wonderful material. This next piece I'd like to share with you is something that I wrote probably about 5 years ago now, and sort of quickly came to me, and it didn't really have much of a story behind it, but it's a journey, basically, and it's just entitled Exodus, so I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So, I guess I have a few originals. This concert is sort of some originals, some new ones, some old ones, and some standards also, and some covers. So it covers the gamut. I love doing solo piano concerts because it's totally open, you know. When I start a song, we all sort of go on this thing together of discovery. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not as good, but that's the sort of the joy of it, I guess, just going out into the unknown. So thank you for being patient and coming along with me. But this next one is also another original of mine. It's one that I wrote for a dear mentor of mine whose name is Clark Terry, and I've gotten to know him over the last probably 8 or 9 years, and it's been just a true blessing to be around such an amazing musician, but probably one of the most beautiful people I've ever met, truly such a selfless person. And the way this song came about is I just sort of thought about the person that he is, and this melody came, and this is where the song came from. So this is entitled For Clark. This is something brand new. Hopefully this works out pretty good, but we'll give it a shot. This is a new composition of mine, and it'll be with the group. I recorded this with the trio on the CD that'll be coming out. I recorded this summer, and it'll be coming out in January. And this is the second movement of a sort of suite that I wrote. And the place where this song comes from is sort of the inner struggle, I would say, for me personally, with the suite is all about sort of finding something to dedicate yourself to, and for me, it's my faith. And the first movement sort of is the exciting time and where everything is new and just falling in love with everything. And the second movement, what I'm going to play for you now, is sort of this explores the disillusionment, I guess, that sort of happens when things don't work out exactly as you hope they would. And for me, just a little bit disappointed in myself sometimes, just dealing with that inner thing that goes on from time to time. And this is called Tempest. And I'm not going to play the third movement, but the third movement, it gets happy again, just to let you know. Yeah, so this is Tempest. Oh boy. Okay. Well, got a few more minutes left for this performance. I'd like to share two songs that become very, very important to me. One is something that I wrote. After I wrote this song for Clark, I got inspired to start writing more songs for people who are special to me. And I wrote a number of songs for teachers, and one for my drummer. And this song I'm going to play for you is one that I wrote for my mom, but also sort of for a lot of mothers, figures that I've been blessed to have in my life. But if she asks, it's mainly for her. It's mainly for my mom, for sure. And it's entitled Mother's Song, and that will lead into the final song that I'd like to share with you, and that's also a dedication, and it's simply entitled Thank You, Lord, and just an expression of gratitude and thanks. So here's Mother's Song, and Thank You, Lord. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't. I guess. Do you want one? I think Candy. I don't know what Candy. Come on. You're sliding. Come on. Okay. This is a quick one. Okay, it's fast. It's called Up and Up. I wrote it, and hope you enjoy it.
This has been a presentation of the Library of Congress. Visit us at loc.gov.